Welcome back to the Marion General Hospital pregame show. Now time to catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, as they get ready to finish up the season series of Mount Vernon Nazarene here this afternoon on Paul Patterson Court inside Odell Arena. Josh, tough one for you and the guys there on Tuesday against the first place team of the Crossroads League, St. Francis. You cut it to 8 there at halftime, but they really turned things on. It seemed like death by 1,000 cuts there in the second half to build up a big advantage. What led to your struggles on Tuesday night?
St. Francis is very good. Overall, our team got to go back with confidence. Did not play real serve and confident. I would help our guys do that. See what happened today at home against Mount Vernon.
You come in today's Josh Andrews. Welcome back to the Marion General Hospital pregame show. Now time to catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, as they get ready to finish up the season series with Mount Vernon Nazarene here this afternoon on Paul Patterson Court inside Odell Arena. Josh, tough one for you and the guys there on Tuesday against the first place team of the Crossroads League, St. Francis. You cut it to 8 there at halftime, but they really turned things on, and it seemed like death by 1,000 cuts there in the second half to build up a big advantage. What led to your struggles on Tuesday night?
St. Francis is very good, and we were going to need to play really well to knock them off Tuesday night. Certainly think we're capable, but they were well prepared, fought a lot of our actions, and had great alertness about them, and that goes along with their talent and skill. We did not take great care of the basketball. They are a team that punishes you if you turn it over, and we had some careless mistakes. We've got to clean them up. Overall, our team, we've got to build back a little bit more confidence. We just did not play real assertive and confident, and and I want to help our guys do that. We'd love to see more of that happen today at home against Mount Vernon.
You come in today's game, 5 more games left in the regular season, just 2.5 weeks. You're 8th place in the standings right now, but everybody between 3rd and 8th place is right. You can stand on your tiptoes and see them just ahead of you. You're just 2 games behind the 3-way tie for second, which, ironically, today's opponent, Mount Vernon Nazarene, is a part of. How do you try to keep the guys' heads up, knowing that you guys are so close and everybody else has to play the top 3 teams in the league still? You have Indiana Wesley on Tuesday, and then you're done with the top 3. How do you keep their heads up knowing, hey, you string some wins together here in the final 5 games, there's a good opportunity you're hosting a first-round tournament game?
There's a lot of opportunity. There's some things we can't control, and that's okay. Sometimes I welcome that because I think it takes off a little bit of a pressure. I think our guys have played pressured at times. Expectations were high. They've been frustrated at times with how they've competed together and some individual performances, things like that. And that's all in the past. We have a really short memory. Need to be alert and focused today. Play with great joy. Play with great passion and pride and compete. And I think that gives us a great opportunity in these final 5 games. And we got to surrender outcomes that way and do the little things that lead to winning, performances. And that's competing for each other and little things to be more tangible is hitting box outs and diving after loose balls and meeting assignments in the scout and then finding the open man and shooting it in.
Well, I think the guy that's played like that, a lot of the attributes you've just mentioned in the last 2 games, has been senior Joe Ingersoll, and we've chronicled his story here. We'll do it here in a few weeks with a video feature. But he had 13 points, a career high against Mount Vernon against Marion, a week ago. He's got 6 against one of the better front lines in the Crossroads League in St. Francis on Tuesday. What's it been like these last 2 games to watch Joe play like he has?
Yeah, I'm very happy for Joe, and Joe is just epitomizes just a tough guy, works at his craft and loves the guys, brings it every day. He's easy to coach that way. And good to see him get some results. I also know Joe really well from a lot of different angles. He'd rather get wins right now. So he's willing to sacrifice whatever it is, and he wants to see our team compete to the highest level. And we need his energy. and his focus here down the stretch to be contagious. And we believe in the guys. I think some of this sounds negative. We believe in our guys. I don't think anybody in the league wants to play us, and I don't think we make this Crossroads League tournament that anybody wants to draw us. And it's kind of the mindset our guys have to continue to feed. Joe can be a catalyst for all that.
Today's opponent, the Cougars of Mount Vernon Nazarene, as we catch up with Taylor head coach Josh Andrews. Mount Vernon in the third quarter, you flip the script and outscore St. Francis 29-17 there in the fourth with some big buckets down the stretch, trailing, ironically enough, by 8 with less than 5 minutes to go. What was the biggest difference between that third quarter to the fourth quarter?
Well, I think the biggest thing was hitting shots helps. I mean, we came out, we had, if I recall correctly, 3 missed layups, 2 shots within 10 feet, 2 open threes. And so we were getting shots, and in the sequence of 2 timeouts, the challenge to them was you still got to find –
Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Taylor University and Paul Patterson Court at Odell Arena for today's Crossroads League game between the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars and your Taylor Trojans. As a championship character institution, Taylor University asks each of you to embrace the NAIA's 5 core character values of respect, integrity, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership to create a positive environment throughout today's contest. At this time, we ask that you stand if you are able, and gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. And now, for today's starting lineups. First, for the visitors from Mount Vernon Nazarene. Starting at guard, a senior from Carroll, Ohio, number 2, Joe Schmitz. Starting at guard, a sophomore from Canton, Ohio, number 10, Jacob Hall. Starting at forward, a sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 15, Austin Jones. Starting at forward, a junior from Mansfield, Ohio, number 20, Brett Bickerman. And starting at guard, a junior from Toledo, Ohio, number 22, Jeremiah Ross. The Cougars are coached by Jared Berman and assisted by Anthony Fairhurst, Matt Bradley.
Hi, folks. Rick Johnston here with you. For some interesting reason, 2/3 of our scores table has lost power. We've actually lost power to the scoreboards on either side of the arena, the shot clocks. And we're back. Normally it only happens when somebody kicks the plug out. Look at that assistant coach, Casey Kuntz. He is a man of many talents. Full suit, tie clip, looking fresh. And let's go back to Drew Duff for our starting lineups here today. So it's a little bit of a electrical miscue. I think we're ready to go here from Odell Arena. Taylor comes into the game 8th place in the Crossroads League, but 2 games back of the 3-way tie for 3rd, which, ironically enough, today's opponent, Mount Vernon Nazarene, is amongst. They're tied with Spring Arbor and Bethel. And Mount Vernon Nazarene has the 2 most impressive road wins of the year at Iwu and at Bethel. They still have to play them at home the rest of the year. It'll be Jones and Hagelin to jump in the center circle. The sophomore Jones against the junior Hagelin. Ball tapped on the near side, controlled by Jacob Paul of Mount Vernon Nazarene. And they opened with the opening possession. They go from right to left in blue. Blue letters trimmed in white numbers on the front and back of the uniforms. Jeremiah Roberts guarded by Crow up top. Around the screen, Jacob Paul. Robinson chasing him in, and he'll lay it in with a right hand as no one was there to guard the front of the rim for TU. Jacob Paul, coming off of a 10-point performance, leads Mount Vernon Nazarene in assists. Comes in averaging just below 10 points per contest. Hagelin mid-post left against Jones bodying. He'll whip it out to Degenkolb. Thought about a contested 3, but keeps that left toe on the parquet floor. Schmitz will guard Robinson, crossing over to his right hand, weaving out to Crow to give Taylor the lead. Nope, back of the rim too strong, but right into the hands of Ryan Robinson. Robinson, normally a reserve for the Trojans. He comes in as Taylor's leading scorer on the year at 16 points. Mount Vernon Nazarene's leading scorer is Jevin Knox at 14 a ball game. He comes off the bench. Degenkolb had his arm hit, missed the three-point try short. Crow out to Robinson. That one with toilet bowls halfway in and out, as Taylor had wonderful looks at 3 on all 3 tries and couldn't get any of them to drop. A minute 50 into the opening half. Paul, who scored the opening possession, out to Vipperman, open 3, and Mount Vernon Nazarene leads by 5. Vipperman, a terrible 3-point shooter at just above 29%, but he cans his first one here. Vipperman has been shooting the 3-ball wetter at 40% against league contests, so a slow start, but he has picked up the 3-point shooting considerably. Taylor down 5 on their second crack at the basket. Crow bouncing in the near corner. Robinson contested 3 over Schmitz is good. First time we've had the Taylor students back here inside Odell Arena since the end of J term, and they continue to file in here to the bleachers down below us. Jones, 6'7", 200 pounds against a 225-pound Hagelin. He bumps, he hooks, he misses, and Jake is there for the miss. Taylor down by 2 after the Robinson 3. He tries to score Taylor's first 5, and he can't get the roll from the right side of the rim. Vipperman with the rebound up to Schmitz as Mount Vernon Nazarene not afraid to get up and down and move up and down the parquet floor today. Roberts to Jones at the top of the key. Down low to Vipperman, double team, kick out to Roberts. Measuring a 3-point try, that rolls in. Degenkolb taps it up to himself and hauls it in. Taylor with the rock, down by a deuce. Degenkolb shifting, picks it up and flips it out to Hendricks. Keaton's come off the bench the last couple games, but gets a start here this afternoon. Degenkolb trying to go baseline left, backs it out. Thought about a contested 3 and deals outside to Hendricks. Almost 3 minutes into the opening half, Taylor with the ball down by 2. Robinson, no-look dish, back to the right wing, and Crow was 5 to shoot, contested 3 off the back of the heel of the rim. And Evans starts 0 for 2 from 3-point distance. Taylor just 1 of 5 from downtown.
Vipperman trying to cross over Hendricks, got to the baseline right, gets in out to Schmitz. Denied a jump stop to the rim, and they'll send it out back outside the arc. This Mount Vernon Nazarene. Roberts, Jones got away from Hagelin on the front, and then this throws an air ball to the sky as Degenkolb came in for the double team. MVNU just 2 for 5 to start. Taylor 1 of 6. Taylor with the rock, down by 2. Hagelin, baseline left, trying to overpower Jones, and he's called for the bump. First on Jones, first against Mount Vernon Nazarene. Alex Johnson and Jevin Knox will come in here for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Knox had just 7 points in their win over Spring Arbor on Tuesday night. Mount Vernon Nazarene just 4 and 7 on the road this year. Taylor is 8 and 4. Degenkolb fakes up and over on a double pump, and he switches that one over Knox. Tough shot there from Mason Degenkolb, with older sister Taylor taking in today's contest with her husband across from us. Mom and dad also situated about 5 rows up. 3-point try is good for Alex Johnson over Hagelin. Johnson makes just his second 3-point try of the year. He's now 2 of 9 from behind the arc, and Taylor back down by 3. Roberts guarding Crow up top. Hagelin right side circle. Vipperman defends. Spin. Trying to go up. He'll whip it outside to Hagelin, does Hendricks. Then Degenkolb almost dribbles it off his foot after the hard hedge from Johnson. 10 to shoot to tie the game at 8. Shot was off the left side of the rim on a 3-point try from Mason Degenkolb. Knox, the redhead, accelerates up the floor. His first season for MVNU after redshirting a year ago. Roberts goes in, misses a little flip, and they get Crow for the foul as Roberts goes falling and flailing to the floor. First on Evan Crow, first against Taylor. And the Trojans will have 3 fresh bodies when we come in after this timeout. 15:44 remaining in the opening half. It's Mount Vernon Nazarene 8 and Taylor 5. This is Taylor men's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The Taylor University Athletic Department would like to thank BZW Master Painters, Central Indiana Orthopedics, Pizza Hut of Gas City, the Players Club at Woodland Trails, and Leonard Fisher of Robert C. Nugent and Associates for being men's basketball season sponsors for the 2017-2018 basketball season.
One player not dressing today for Mount Vernon Nazarene is their 7-foot junior center, Jordy Moss. Missing his second game in a row, Moss made his season debut against Taylor back in December when these two teams met up. He had to redshirt a year ago, only played at 4 games, suffering a devastating knee injury. He had a grade 1 tear of his MCL, ACL, and LCL. That is every ligament in your knee. And also tore the medial and lateral meniscuses in his knee as well. They repaired his torn ACL with part of his hamstring. And Taylor fans will remember Moss from his freshman or his sophomore year when he hit a game-winning shot on this floor on the basket to our right that we later found out after some of the officials had sent some emails around to us in the athletic department that they should have never counted the basket, that Moss had taken the shot after the final buzzer had sounded. Alas, Moss is a game winner to his credit that you can't take away from him. Roberts to the line for 2 out of the media timeouts, and the first one hit that front rim, dances all over, then falls off. Roberts, normally good free throw shooter at 76%. Taylor with 3 new players in. We'll set the TU lineup after the second Roberts free throw. This to give MVNU a 4-point lead, and he swishes that one after missing the first one short. 9-5 the Mount Vernon Nazarene lead. New players on the floor for Taylor. 2 guards and a forward. Emmanuel Boatin the forward, Tim Fleming and Vincent Miranda. The guards out there for TU, joining Degenkolb and Hendricks. No changes for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Miranda 3 off the left side of the rim and short. Vincent 4 of 9 from 3-point distance against St. Francis on Tuesday. Johnson remains out there along with Vipperman. He'll go right around Hendricks, and he's triple teamed in the paint. Roberts right side circle, maneuvering around Miranda. Ball knocked free by Fleming. Fell on the floor was Hendricks. And then Tim, his classmate, comes in and scoops it up. Then Roberts trips. Miranda tees up another 3. And this time hits it on the assist from Tim Fleming. Miranda bangs in the 3 here, and Taylor back to within 1, down 9-8. Just over 5 minutes gone here in the first half. Roberts cannot answer with a three off the back of the rim. Hits the floor. Degenkolb pokes it away from Roberts, who came in from the weak side after nobody picked it up in white. Degenkolb accelerating, barrels in, and they'll call Degenkolb for the charge. There was a hesitation there from all of our officials before they whistled Degenkolb for the charge, as he was like a runaway freight train going from one end to the other. First on Mason, second against Taylor. Roberts exits for MVNU. Joe Schmitz is back in for the Cougars. He's out there with Jacob Paul, Vipperman, Knox, and Johnson, who will now exit and be replaced by David Delahunty. Delahunty played just 1 minute in the MVNU win over Spring Arbor on Tuesday. 9-8 as we see James McLeod for the first time today. Knox on the near sideline, Taylor in the man-to-man. Paul outside the arc, runs around a Delahunty screen, fading away three. That didn't even hit the net. Tapped around, McLeod will tap it to himself. And Taylor with another opportunity to take their first lead of the day, down by just a single point. Right wing, Boatin, blowing to the baseline, tiptoeing, threading the needle. And they'll say Emmanuel stepped on the baseline as he tried to take Delahunty off the bounce. Ryan Robinson comes back in for TU. He replaces his roommate, Mason Degenkolb. Time is called momentarily. And now we're good. Just about 6 minutes gone here in the opening half. Mount Vernon Nazarene has led the entire way. They've led by 5 after scoring the first 5 points. They have the ball in a 1-point lead now. Knox, their leading scorer, to Delahunty at the top, guarded by Boatin. Knox with Fleming right in his grill. Knox knocked out of his hands. Lost it, almost got it. Gets it back out to Schmitz for a three. Front rim short, tapped around. It's in there for McLeod, knocked out of bounds. They'll say it goes off of McLeod's foot as Delahunty deflected it. It stays here at Taylor, or stays here with Mount Vernon Nazarene, as Todd Enteman comes in for MVNU, replacing Jacob Paul. Enteman averaging just over a point a game, playing in his 19th contest. Had 2 in the win over Spring Arbor Tuesday. Knox around a screen, goes up. Scoop shot is good over Boatin. First bucket for MVNU's leading scorer, and Taylor down by 3. 11-8. Just over 6 minutes in here, the opening half. Taylor comes into today's game 8th place in the Crossroads League. 3 games out of second place. McLeod spins. He's ripped to the floor, and there's no foul as Delahunty grabbed him on the wrist. Enteman to the trailing Knox, and now Miranda grabs him on the hand, which is exactly what happened to McLeod on the other end. And now they're going to call, if they call this, there's a meeting. They're going to call an intentional foul against Vincent Miranda. We still have 13:25 left in the first half. This is the 3rd Saturday in a row the men's basketball officials have been just awful. So they get Vincent for the intentional. Knox kisses the ball and shoots the first free throw and makes it. That is just preposterous. McLeod had his arm taken out of the socket, and then they get Miranda for the same foul on the other end. That's just awful. Knox will make the second free throw, rolling it in. He's a 93% free throw shooter. Taylor back down by 5, 13-8. Just unbelievable. Knox will get it in from the baseline right. Will float it in to Austin Jones, who's returned. Hand off to Knox, who scored the last 4. They get Fleming in the air. They wave it off. He banks it in. They wave it off for Fleming getting the foul on the floor. First on Tim, 4th against TU here in the first half. 26 to shoot from Mount Vernon Nazarene. They're tied their largest lead at 5. They're on a 4-0 burst right now as Enteman takes the ball from Jones. Schmitz, far side of the floor. MVNU going from right to left in blue. Vipperman off to Schmitz in the right wing. Left side high to Vipperman. 1 dribble and a handoff to Knox. The redshirt freshman down the lane scoops up a prayer that hit everything but the rim. And it's taken off the floor by Emmanuel Boatin. Fleming galloping up the far side of the floor to the corner, and Miranda with Enteman guarding him. Now Knox will switch on the screen. They'll spin it all the way to the near side, and Robinson. Schmitz knocked it out of his hands. Ryan got it back. So we approach 8 minutes in here to the first half. Robinson, no-look dish, keeps the dribble alive. Into the corner, and Fleming with 10 to shoot. Taylor with the ball, down by 5. Fleming gets it back from Boatin. Into the paint. Fleming trying to turn the corner. He did, but they call Tim or Emmanuel for this moving screen. They get it on Tim Fleming for hooking the arm. And these officials are going to hear it all day from the Taylor fans. They have been awful here in our first 7.5+ minutes. Downright awful. So Fleming exits. Evan Crow comes back in for Taylor. Jeremiah Roberts returns for Mount Vernon Nazarene, replacing Jevin Knox. Roberts leads Mount Vernon Nazarene in blocks, their 4th leading scorer, 3rd leading rebounder. As Fleming takes a seat on the bench, he spikes his towel in frustration. The rest of the folks cheering on for Taylor share his frustration. No-look dish. Robinson jumps up and collides with Jones as he bit on the pump fake. Hagelin back in for TU as well. That's the first on Ryan and the 6th against Taylor here in the opening half. 12:23 to go here in half one. It's 13-8 in a slow-moving first half that's like molasses in wintertime. They get it into Jones, does Mount Vernon Nazarene. Schmitz pivoting and dealing off to Roberts. Entenmann inside the right side arc. Vipperman defended by the freshman McLeod. Vipperman, black tights, goes in. McLeod try to draw the charge. They'll say McLeod flopped, and so Vipperman will lay it in with the right hand. 5 for Vipperman. And it's a 6-0 run here for MVNU. They're up by a game-high 7 points. Degenkolb down the left side of the lane, stops, pivots, in trouble. Will float it outside the arc, right side to James McLeod. And then Crow has it taken away from Schmitz as he tried to go by. A 3-on-1. Vipperman goes up for a right-hand shot as he trembles down to the floor, then gets up screaming, looking for a foul. And Vipperman should just keep his mouth quiet and go to the other side of the bench. He jumped into the air. His leg got caught on Degenkolb, but then he goes up screaming like he got shot. 17-8, the Mount Vernon Nazarene lead. Taylor takes a timeout with 11:43 to go in the first half. This is Taylor men's basketball.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Taylor just 3 of 10 from the floor, just 2 of 8 from 3. They have 5 first half turnovers here so far. Mount Vernon Nazarene shooting at 46%. They're 2 of 6 from 3. They've turned it over just once. Neither team's been able to score off the turnover just yet. Robinson scored Taylor's first bucket of the ball game. Off to Degenkolb, looking to score, drives in left hand, and now he's fouled. And that's going to get a round of applause from the Taylor fans as Mount Vernon Nazarene gets called for their 2nd foul. And in case you're wondering, yes, that was a sarcastic clap and a standing ovation from everybody here, in case you're wondering. Degenkolb with 2 points on the day, and now give him 3. First trip to the line today for the Taylor Trojans. And Mason knocks down both. Mason comes into the day 27 points shy of 900 in his career. 11:25 to go opening half. Mount Vernon Nazarene with the ball. They lead by 7. They've led by as many as 9 before those Degenkolb free throws. Schmitz will float to Entenmann, chased off the arc by Robinson. They'll reverse the ball near side to Schmitz, maneuvering with a right-hand dribble. Entenmann from up top, hands off to Roberts, got away with the travel, right-hand floater off the glass and nothing else, rebounded by Taylor's Keaton Hendricks. Here's Degenkolb running away from 4 defenders. Mason Degenkolb then turns around and flexes as he just outran everybody to the other end, and as he has an opportunity at a 3-point play. Hello, Mason Degenkolb. Third against Mount Vernon Nazarene. Did not hear who they whistled that on. We are having trouble seeing on the board how many fouls are for who. Mason, though, with 7 points after completing the and 1. He's got the last 5 for Taylor. And they're to within 4. Just past 11 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Roberts a handoff left side wing. Degenkolb almost poked that ball away from Schmitz. Jacob Paul back in for MVNU. They go to the right block, and Austin Jones trying to body with Hagelin. Left-hand hook is up and in for 2. First field goal is for Austin Jones after missing his first 2 shots. And after the 5-0 burst from Mason Degenkolb, Taylor back down by 6, 19-13. Here comes Mason again. Jump stop, pivoting, double team. Up top, Hendricks 3 ball off the back of the rim. It'll bounce to the far sideline and bounce out of bounds. Beautiful look there from Hendricks up top with nobody around him. Jevin Nix returns for MVNU. As Schmitz will go to the bench for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Hegeland out. Joe Ingersoll comes in for TU, who's played beautifully the last 2 games. 13 points, career high last week on this very floor against Marion. He had 6 points and 7 boards, a team high, against St. Francis in the loss Tuesday. Knox, baseline left, whips it to the far side, and Paul for an open 3 that he buries in front of the Taylor bench. Paul, an excellent 3-point shooter at 44%, makes his first one of the day, gives him 5. And after Taylor had trimmed it down to 4, Mount Vernon Nazarene has answered with 5 in a row. Crow, guarded by Roberts, puts on the deck, left hand, bully ball in, left hand scoop, nope. Roberts fouled him. First on Roberts, 4th against MVNU, making the 2nd against Jeremiah Roberts. Still the 4th against the visitors here in the opening half. Puts Evan to the line, 73% on the year. He entered the day 41 points shy of 1,000 for his career. The first one for the sharpshooter is good. First points for Evan today. Jay Joseph comes in for MVNU along with Alex Johnson, who returns. Roberts and Jones exit. Interesting note about Jay Joseph that we were presented with earlier. Not only did he go to Worthington Christian as Crow rattles out the second free throw. Same high school as Alex Sanders and Brian Fields from the Taylor baseball team. Joseph's the younger brother of the lead singer of the popular pop band 21 Pilots. Joseph, a left-hand dribble to the right side high, and Alex Johnson. Far sideline, Jacob Paul. Vipperman at the top, guarded by Hendricks as Taylor's in the man-to-man. 9:35 to go first half. Paul near sideline. Mount Vernon Nazarene up by 8. They've led by as many as 9. Backdoor cut. Knox. He ran away from Degenkolb, and he puts it in with a right hand from right to left. Knox with 6, and Taylor down by their biggest margin of the day, down by 10, 24-14. Right after Degenkolb went on that 5-0 run to bring them to within 4. Hendricks contested 3 off the back of the rim and in. First bucket for Hendricks. He was scoreless. Missed the only shot he took on Tuesday. And Taylor back to within 7 on a big shot from Hendricks. 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Taylor in a 2-3 zone. Paul up top. Mount Vernon Nazarene, 25th best 3-point shooting team in the country. They're 3 of 7 from deep today. Knox got to the left elbow, extended 5 to shoot. Joseph a head fake, and he traveled with it as Crow came out to challenge. That's just the 2nd turnover today for Mount Vernon Nazarene. The Trojans have given it away 5 times. Miranda Fleming back. They replace Crow and Degenkolb. So it's Hendricks and Fleming, the 2 seniors, along with Ingersoll, the senior, the freshman Miranda, and the sophomore Robinson. Knox and Vipperman. Vipperman a junior. Knox the redshirt freshman. Paul, a sophomore, out there for MVNU. Driving, floating, Hendricks can't get the roll off the front rim. Good look there for Keaton. Still a 7-point MVNU lead. They have 8.5 left to go here in the opening half. Johnson to the near side, and Joseph, who traveled the last time down the floor. Vipperman guarded by Hendricks. Right hand bounce will skip it over to Paul, looking for his second 3 of the day. That one rainbows long. Hendricks tried to get it, is tapped up amongst the trees by Alex Johnson. Up top, Vipperman 3, and he bangs it on the reset. Vipperman has made all 4 of his shots from the floor. He's got 8 points. He's 2 of 2 from distance. That puts Taylor back down by a game-high tying 10, 27-17. MVNU heating up. They have made now over 53% of their shots. The Trojans at just 36. Hendricks, beautiful head fake along the baseline. Miranda to Fleming, angling, scooping, a teardrop will be missed, and Jay Joseph fouled him. First on Joseph, 5th against Mount Vernon Nazarene. The 2 teams have combined for 11 fouls here in the first half. It is a tightly whistled game here this afternoon. That brings us to a media timeout. Fleming will have the free throws out of the break. 10-point lead for Mount Vernon Nazarene, tying their biggest of the afternoon. They're up 27-17 over Taylor. This is Taylor Men's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
7:45 remaining in the opening half. Tim Fleming to the line for 2 free throws. Shooting a career best 78% from the line this year. First one, perfect. First points for Tim today. This to make it an 8-point game once again. And Tim does just that. Career best in the final year in a Taylor uniform, 78% for Fleming. He makes both here. And Taylor down by 8 with 7:38 to go here in the opening half. Taylor in the 1-3-1 zone, which they've implemented here over the last month or so. Schmitz holds at the hip. They'll spin it around. The arc does MVNU. Knox, their leading scorer, chased off the baseline by Keaton Hendricks. Schmitz, high right side, top of the key to Paul. Has 3 already on the afternoon. Here's Vipperman, bumped Meyer, make that, Paul tapped around, no good. It was missed by Joseph, and then Miranda was the thief and took it away. 3-on-3 break. Fleming doesn't care, he'll go up. That was smacked off the glass, and they'll give it a block to MVNU. The Taylor fans look for a goaltend. Euro step through by Paul. Circus shot was no good as he threw that one over his head. Here's Robinson 2-on-2. He'll go right at the defenders and scoop it in and miss it, but Knox is called for the foul. Paul with the Euro step and then threw it over his head on a hook shot that danced off the rim. And then Robinson accelerated all the way to the other end. Taylor 6 of 7 from the line today. First trip for Ryan, 91% of the year. First one perfect. First points is the first bucket of the game for TU. McLeod returns, replacing Hendricks. Jay Joseph exits for MVNU. And Alex Johnson back in for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Ryan made the first, he'll make the second, he'll get a breather as Mason Degenkolb will come in to spell him. So 4 straight free throws. First 2 from Fleming, the last 2 from Robinson. And Taylor's made it a 6-point ball game with just less than 7 minutes left to go here in half number 1. Paul dribbling with that right hand to Vipperman left side high. Taylor in the 2-3 zone. Now they slide back to the 1-3-1. Schmitz up top. Paul inside the arc. Flip outside to Knox. Quick passing here from Alex Johnson. 10 to shoot for MVNU. Vipperman fakes the pass and he traveled along the near side of the floor. Third turnover for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor, after committing 5 in the first handful of minutes, have yet to commit one here with 6:37 remaining in the opening half. Taylor with the ball down 6. They're shooting just 33% from the floor and 3 of 10 from distance. Mount Vernon Nazarene shooting 48%. Hagelin, mid-post left. He's yet to get a bucket today. He'll overpower Johnson like a small child and hook it home with a right hand. So 6 in a row for Taylor. They've made it a 4-point game with 6:14 remaining here in half number 1. Knox, the leading scorer, to Vipperman. Always dangerous. Paul with 1-3 today. That one's off the back of the rim. Right side rebound is the hands of Vincent Miranda. Paul now just 1 for 4 from distance. Taylor can make it a 1-possession game here. Hagelin, screen and roll. Easy right-hand shot will just circle all over. And he does overpowers the shorter defender, Schmitz. And Taylor's made it a 2-point game. They're on an 8-0 burst. 5:45 left to go before halftime. Paul outside the arc, far sideline. Schmitz, no look dish to Knox. Almost tipped it away was Miranda. Fadeaway 5-footer is clean for Alex Johnson. 5 for Alex Johnson, who averages just 2 points a game. And it puts Taylor back down by 4. Far sideline, Degenkolb had 5 in a row. He has 7 in the game. Had that 5-0 stretch early in the contest. Hagelin, handoff Miranda to make it a 1-point game. That one was long off the near side of the rim. Vincent just 1 of 3 from behind the arc. All the way to the other end as Schmitz outruns everybody. First bucket for Joe Schmitz today, who is the 3rd leading scorer for MVNU. After Taylor had cut it to 2, they almost turn it over. And Taylor back down by 6 after cutting it to 2. A quick 4-0 run. Here's Hagelin. Goes up for a right-hand layup that was just missed. And then McLeod punched it out of bounds as Vipperman was down there and almost could have been called for the block. Miranda and Fleming exit. Robinson and Crow back in for TU. Boiten to scores table as well for the Trojans. He will replace Jake Hagelin. Degenkolb, Robinson, Crow, McLeod, and Boiten. That's a lot of speed out there for TU. Trying to combat this smaller lineup. of Schmitz, Paul, Vipperman, Knox, and Alex Johnson. Taylor had cut it to 2. Mount Vernon Nazarene has answered with 4 in a row. Johnson baseline right, skipping to the near side of the floor, and Knox. Vipperman far sideline. Taylor in the 1-3-1 zone. 4:35 left to go in the first half. MVNU leads by 6. They've led by as many as 10. Schmitz left-hand dribble, trying to get Taylor going. Vipperman almost had his heels on the out of bounds, trying to overpower McLeod. Spins, hook shot, cut the rim and goes in. And then Vipperman has a couple words for McLeod. And then they call McLeod for stepping over the baseline and stepping back. Turnover against Taylor as Schmitz will exit, and they bring Entenmann back in for MVNU. Taylor down 8, a 6-0 run here for Mount Vernon Nazarene. And there's the warning, thankfully, as they caught Vipperman running his mouth again, this time in the ear of McLeod. Mount Vernon head coach Jared Ronay in his 4th season looks perplexed at why Vipperman would be called for that warning. Well, it's because it's an unsportsmanlike rule. And now he's telling Vipperman to lock it up. 4:21 to go first half. MVNU on a 6-0 burst. They lead by 8, 2 points away from tying their game-high lead of 10. Knox to the high right side and Paul. Crow shadowing him in the zone defense. Vipperman left side circle to Knox around the Vipperman screen, goes in through contact, and he throws that one towards the Books twins of the Taylor women's basketball team, who are sitting in the 1st and 2nd rows out of bounds. 4th turnover for MVNU. McLeod, Robinson, Degenkolb, Boatin, and Crow. All 5 players on the floor for Taylor have hit at least 1 3-point shot this year. They've hit at least 2. Robinson around the Boatin screen, the high up top. Right-hand dribble, waves Crow in from the left corner. Robinson do it himself, pull over Johnson, 3-point try is short. Boatin try to tip it away, and here comes MVNU the other way, leading by 8. Knox near side. Johnson trying to turn the corner. Down the weak side, Vipperman maneuvering in a nice up and under move there by Brett Vipperman. He's got 14 first half points. He's 6 of 6 from the floor. He has 14 of the first 35 here for Mount Vernon Nazarene. After Taylor went on an 8-0 run, Mount Vernon Nazarene is countered with an 8-0 burst as well to go back in front by 10. 3:15 remaining here in the opening stanza. Robinson far sideline, right side screen, Boatin crossing back over to his left hand, got into the air, whips it over to Crow, but they'll say Ryan stepped out of bounds before he got the pass off. Miranda back in to replace Crow, and Taylor's going to take a full timeout. 3:07 to go here in the first half. Mount Vernon Nazarene leads Taylor 35-25. They're currently on an 8-0 run. They're shooting the ball beautifully at 54%. This is Taylor men's basketball on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Taylor used an 8-0 run. Free throws, 4 free throws, 2 from Fleming, 2 from Robinson, and then 4 in a row from Hagelin to cut their deficit down to 2. But then Mount Vernon Nazarene is countered with 8 in a row. They lead once again by 10. Johnson looking for his second 3 of the day and gets it. Johnson came in just 1 of 8 from behind the arc on the year, and today he's 2 of 2, and he has not missed a shot today. He's got 8 points, came in averaging just 2 per contest. Taylor down by a game-high 13. Degenkolb drives up off the glass and in for 2 more. 9 for Mason Degenkolb, and Taylor trying to keep this one within striking distance as Taylor down by 11. 2:30 to go here in the opening half. Knocks around a Vipperman screen, nobody goes in. Slays it in around the left hand as Hagelin was late to switch over. But the double team never came, and Knox took advantage with an easy left-handed layup. Taylor back down by a game-high 13, 40-27. Vipperman defends Hendricks in the corner with 2:10 to go in the opening half. Robinson passes easily intercepted by Johnson, who was fronting the post. Then Paul spins away from Degenkolb. Out to Knox, a 48% three-point shooter. That was missed short, an air ball, and hauled off the floor by Ryan Robinson. He'll turn on the afterburners and go into contact and put it off the glass and in, and has a chance for the and one. After Taylor had picked up 6 first-half fouls in the blink of an eye, it's now Mount Vernon Nazarene who has racked up fouls in bunches. They have 7. Hendricks out, Crow back in. Ryan with 7 points, trying to get to 9 here. It would tie him with Mason Degenkolb for most by a Trojan here today. Ryan 2 for 2 today from the line, make it 3 of 3. He'll come out and get a breather in favor of Tim Fleming. So a 3-point play by Robinson brings Taylor to within 10 as Tim Fleming claps his hands on the defensive end. He's out there with Crow, Miranda, Hageland, and Degenkolb. Entenmann, Paul, Johnson, Knox, and Vipperman, the 5 for MVNU. They've got the Rocket a 10-point lead, 1:40 to go before halftime. Into the paint to Paul, cutting away from Fleming, but he blows a point-blank left-handed layup. Paul just 2 of 7 from the floor today. Crow, open 3-point try. That barely hit the net. Miranda soars into the air like Aladdin on the carpet and saved it into Degenkolb, who attacked and was fouled. That's the 8th one against Mount Vernon Nazarene here in the first half. And now Degenkolb to the line for 2.
That is the second teammate. Mason Degenkolb to the line.
2 for Degenkolb, 3 of 3 from the line today. He's Taylor's now first double-digit score with 10. Makes it a 9 points Mount Vernon Nazarene lead. Second one, good. 11 for Mason Degenkolb. 3 of 5 from the floor, 6 of 6 from the line. And the energies come back here to Odell Arena in favor of Taylor. They've trimmed a 13-point deficit down to 8. Vipperman whips one to Entenmann. Head fake. Step to his left. 3-ball try. Nope. Knox knifes in and flings it up top. Crow got his fingertips on it, but Vipperman gobbles it in. Then he throws this one into the cheerleaders, who are standing 7 feet out of bounds. Vipperman just way too excited and then bulleted one to the young ladies with the pom-poms. Taylor with the rock, 1:02 to go in the first half. Degenkolb baseline left, fades away, 10-foot jump shot. How tough is that from Mason Degenkolb? That one is a tough one, and Taylor to within 6. 50 seconds left to go in the first half. Taylor's trailed by as many as 13. Johnson's had a hot hand here in the first half. He's got a baseline right. Trying to back down Hagelin, spins, Glasser. That one thrown up and in. Alex Johnson, the game of his life. He's got 10 points. He came in averaging just 2. Fleming trying to go 2 for 1, accelerating and throwing it in off the high glass. Taylor back down by 6, and they turn the shot clock off with 27 seconds remaining here in the opening half. A defensive stop here for Taylor could do wonders for their momentum and confidence heading into halftime. Knox with 8 first-half points. The chant is defense from the Taylor students. Knox out near the volleyball line to Entenmann, high left side with 7, with 6. Far sideline, Paul over to Johnson with 3, with 2. They don't know how much time's left on the clock, and so Knox won't even get the shot off. They'll wave it off, and they're going to call nothing. They will call nothing. Knox boxed it in. There was a lot of contact there. I thought there might have been an opportunity for a chance at a foul maybe on the Taylor defender. Instead, the Trojans go into the locker room down by just 6 after trailing by as many as 13 there in the first half. We're back with the we're back with the BSN Sports halftime report after this. This is Taylor men's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to open her. You got to have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH, from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
Founded in 1950, Central Indiana Orthopedics began its tradition of offering compassionate expert treatment for patients with bone, joint, and muscle injuries and conditions. CIO doctors and staff continue that tradition today and provide specialized care in the following areas: ankle, back, elbow, foot, hand, hip, joint replacement and revision, knee, neck, physical medicine and rehabilitation, shoulder, spine, sports medicine, and wrist. CIO has locations in Anderson, Elwood, Fishers, Marion, Muncie, and Portland. The Anderson, Muncie, and Fishers offices also have walk-in clinics for acute injuries less than 2 weeks old, which do not require a referral or appointment. The doctors and specialized staff of CIO proudly serve as the official team doctors for Taylor University, as well as several area high schools and universities. To make an appointment or find out other information about Central Indiana Orthopedics, they can be reached at 800-622-6575 or at ciocenter.com. Welcome back here inside Odell Arena. This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report. And at the break, Mount Vernon Nazarene leads Taylor by 6, 42-36. We had one tie, no lead changes in that first half of play. Taylor did not lead at all in that first half. Mount Vernon Nazarene led by as many as 13. The Trojans had cut their, what once was a 10-point deficit down to 2. Then Mount Vernon Nazarene countered with their own 8-0 run of their own to push it back to 10. They led by 13 before Taylor had a nice close there to end the half to trail by 6. MVNU shot the ball beautifully there in the first half, 53%. 17 of 32. They were just 5 of 13 from 3. They came in as the 5th best three-point shooting team in the Crossroads League, 25th best in the country. And they're right at their season average right now through 20 minutes of play. They were 3 of 4 from the line as well. Taylor shot just 44% from the floor in that first half. They were just 3 of 13 from 3. But they did get to the line 11 times and made 12 of them. So they've outscored Mount Vernon Nazarene by 8 at the line. MVNU has outscored Taylor by 6 behind the three-point arc. Individual scoring 2 in double figures for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Brett Vipperman is yet to miss a shot from the floor. He has 14 points on 6 of 6 shooting. He's 2 of 2 from behind the arc. Vipperman comes in averaging 13 points per game. He is MVNU's second leading scorer on the year. Their other double-figure scorer comes off the bench. It's Alex Johnson, who's tied a career-high 10 points. He came in averaging just 1.5 points per game. And he played 13 minutes in their win over Spring Arbor on Tuesday. He had just 1 point. But he's also canned 2 3-point tries on the day. He came in just 1 of 8 from behind the arc on the season. Other scorers for MVNU, their leading scorer Jevin Nix had 8 points, and Jacob Paul had 5. For Taylor, they were led in the first half by Mason Degenkolb. He had 13 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He was 4 of 4 from inside the arc. He also knocked down all 5 of his free throws. Jake Hageland had 4. Keaton Hendricks had 3. Ryan Robinson with 8. Evan Crow had 1. Tim Fleming with 4. Vincent Miranda with 3. James McLeod, Emmanuel Blatton, and Joe Ingersoll played in that first half, but did not score. We'll take a break, and when we do, we'll come back and we will have the second half for you. 42-36, the MVNU lead. This is Taylor men's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No.
But when a fan orders Pizza Hut for the game, they know exactly what they're getting.
Oh, nice.
Pizza, wings, as well as sides and desserts are all available at pizzahut.com or at their location in Gas City. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Back here inside Odell Arena, Taylor with the ball first to start the second half. They are down by 6. 42-36 as they try to maneuver their way up the Crossroads League standings. Degenkolb, first half 13 points, turns and a beautiful little right-hand hook from the All-American. So 15 for Degenkolb, and Taylor comes right out from the beginning here and puts 2 on the board. Starters out there for both sides: Robinson, Degenkolb, Hendricks, Hageland, and Crow. Vipperman, touch pass out to Roberts, measuring a 3. He's 0 for 2 today, and that one was way off. Airmail from the far side corner. Degenkolb accelerating, kicks it to the left wing. Robinson transition 3 is good, and he puts the 3 goggles right over that right eye like a sharpshooter. Ryan Robinson and Degenkolb quickly out of the blocks, and Taylor 2 within 1, a 5-0 burst, less than 50 seconds into half number 2. Paul to Schmitz. They're out there with Jones and Roberts and Vipperman. The 5 starters that started the game start the second half for both teams. Vipperman is yet to miss a shot. Will deal outside to Paul. Schmitz on the right wing trying to get away from Degenkolb. Goes right in, and that one was way too easy on Mason Degenkolb. Schmitz with just 4, and that stops the 5-0 burst for Taylor to start this second half off. But it remains a 1-possession contest with Taylor down by 3. Hagelin right side high, hand off to Hendricks, left hand bounce. Robinson to Degenkolb, spots for a 3, off target right, an air ball. As Mason is 0 for 3 from 3-point distance today, that's where all 3 of his misses have come from. 90 seconds into this second half, and Taylor started the half off down by 6. They score the first 5 of this half, and they trail by 3 here after the layup from Joe Schmitz. Vipperman had a first half high 14. Jones, mid-post left, a quiet first half, a left-hand hook. He has a quiet start to the second. Jones just 1 for 4 to start, and Taylor can tie the game with a 3 here. Trailing 44-41, hard hedge. Degenkolb, or make that Robinson no-look dish, and preventing an easy bucket was Jeremiah Roberts on a pretty no-look bullet from the top of the key from Ryan Robinson. That's the 3rd on Jeremiah Roberts, their leading shot blocker and 3rd leading rebounder. And now Jake to the line for 2. Mom and Dad have made the trip down from Wheaton, Illinois today. And Jake's first free throw's off target right. Roberts will jog off the floor, replaced by their leading scorer, Jevin Knox. After shooting a career-best 76% from the line a season ago, Jake is shooting a career-low 61% from the line this year. He gets the second. 5 for the big fella, and Taylor back to a thin 2. 44-42 the margin. 2 minutes in here to half number 2. Vipperman, perimeter left. Try to work it down low, kicked by Hendricks. Vipperman and Johnson combined to score 24 of the first 42 points in that first half for MVNU. They combined to go 10 for 10 from the floor and 4 of 4 from behind the arc. Here's Logan Paul for MVNU. Left side circle Jones, down low Vipperman against the shorter Robinson. Vipperman just doesn't want to take advantage of the shot and then gets fouled on the rake by Ryan Robinson. Second against Taylor's leading scorer and the first against TU in the half. Vipperman had a big mismatch down low and just didn't exploit it quick enough. Turned around and hooked it in right before the double team came. Scores table's flashing in, that can't be good. And there goes the microphone. And there goes the game clock. We're back. And Vipperman made the first one. He's got 15 points here in the contest. So both teams will go back to their respective benches. Second time today that the Gremlins have acted up inside the scores table. I think the hamster got off the wheel a little bit. He's taking a snack break. Need him to get back on the wheel and start running around and keep powering the scores table. 45-42 the MVNU lead, and a Vipperman free throw here can make it a 2-possession ball game. He's a good free throw shooter, 75% on the year. Needs 12 rebounds today for the most he would have pulled down in the single season. He's got 1 today so far. He made the first freebie here. It's not there on the scores table, but he shot it before all the power was lost across from us. Vipperman last year shot the 3-point shot beautifully at 37%, career high. Comes in today at just a tick below 30. He's 2 of 2 from the line today, and he misses his first shot of the day there, off target to the right. So Taylor still down by 3, a one-possession game. Here just over 2 minutes into this second half. Hard hedge, Robinson to the near sideline, Crow. Jones will scamper back in to defend Hagelin on the baseline left. Here comes Jake backing him down, and Jones gets called for the foul. Second on Austin Jones, second against MVNU here in half number 2. Taylor's come out much more aggressive here in this second half to start. They scored the first 5 in the first 50 seconds of this half. So now Jones will exit, and they'll bring back in Alex Johnson. Who had a career first half, tying his career high best of 10 points, which he set against St. Francis last Saturday. Handoff, Robinson to tie it. Got it as he leans it in from the left corner. So Robinson heating up 2 for 2 from distance. And Ryan's got 14, and Taylor's tied the game at 45. Our first tie since early on in the first half. Paul maneuvering around a high middle screen from Vipperman. Johnson defended by Hagelin, right side circle. Near sideline to Schmitz. He has the only bucket of the half so far for MVNU. Johnson steps out, puts it on the floor, trying to go around Hagelin. Got into the air. Schmitz, right side circle 3 is on the way and long. Knox will tap it out and gobbled up by Paul. Schmitz, a good three-point shooter, 37%. Paul stops, spins, deals to Knox around the corner. Schmitz near the sideline. Trying to drive on Degenkolb again. Got to the left side, and he goes up and is fouled by Mason Degenkolb. Second on Mason, who thought he had his hands on verticality straight into the air. Instead, they said he leaned down just a hair.
15 Mason Degenkolb foul. Second. Team second. 2 Schmitz to 1.
Sent Schmitz to the line for 2. Good free throw shooter at 74%. And for having just 2 in the first half, he has 3 here in the second. Quick fire. Misses off the back rim. So both Vipperman and Schmitz go 1 for 2 on free throw tries. When Vipperman was at the line, it would have made it a 2-possession game. Then Robinson came down and buried a 3 to tie it. Now Taylor with a single bucket here can take their first lead of the afternoon. Elevator screen, Crow foul on the shot, and he got it right from the top of the key, and that brings everybody out of their seats. Taylor's run that play for years, and then Evan Crow with an assassin mindset blasts it home from the top of the key. First lead of the day for Taylor as Crow buries his first 3-point try as Mount Vernon Nazarene head coach Jared Ronay upset in a big way across from us. And he completes the 4-point play. Taylor's first lead of the day comes in a 3-point advantage right now at 49-46. Near sideline, Paul defended by Robinson. Schmitz has all but one of the points in the second half for MVNU. Knox into Johnson, knocked away, stolen by Mason Degenkolb. Taylor with an up by 3. Here comes Degenkolb. Knox was just hanging all over him, and Knox whistled for the reach in. And now the baseball team, after going 4-2 in Florida during the month of January, have returned to their normal courtside seats. Down below us, they provide the energy and the juice here this afternoon. 27 to shoot. Robinson will deal it in baseline right. Wants to find Degenkolb. Will float it up top, and they'll say he did not get it in time on a 5-second violation. Degenkolb was running through multiple screens. He got hung up. He turns around looking for an off-ball foul that he will not get. First turnover of the half for Taylor. The difference in that first half, Mount Vernon Nazarene turned it over 5 times. The Trojans turned it into 4 points. MVNU was unable to score any points off the 8 first-half Taylor turnovers. Knox spins up and under on Crow, rolls it off, and they get Crow for the foul. A fancy little move there by the redshirt freshman, Jevin Knox. So 2 shots for Knox when we come out of this media timeout. But Taylor on a 13-7 run. They lead by 3 with 15:54 remaining here in the first half, or the second half. This is Taylor men's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
2 free throws out of the media timeout for Jevin Knox after Evan Crow was whistled for his second personal foul. He, Degenkolb, Robinson, and Fleming all have 2 personal fouls to their name. Knox a 93% free throw shooter, and he's 3 of 3 today. He's our leading scorer off the bench. Comes in with 14 points per game. That's the 16th best in the Crossroads League. This to make it a 1-point game. And the 2 previous trips in this half. And it will change here as Knox knocks down both. Vipperman and then Schmitz went 1 for 2. Taylor started the half on a 13-4 burst. To lead by 3, they now lead by 1. Crow gave them a lead on a 4-point play. He holds at the top here. Hendricks, left-hand dribble, looking Hagelin's way, gives it to him. The lighter Vipperman will guard him. 13 to shoot. Bullet from Hagelin to Robinson. Pump fake 3. Bang! And Robinson is feeling it and skipping back to the other end. 17 for Ryan Robinson. 9 in the first less than 5 minutes of the second half, and Taylor leads by 4. 52-48. Schmitz wants to answer the 3 of his own. Nope, front rim, tapped around. Vipperman knifes it and gets it. Schmitz will tee up another 3, and he misses again. Schmitz 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Make it 0 for 4. And 5 minutes into this second half, Robinson unconscious from 3-point distance. Ryan Robinson is a bad, bad man. And Taylor leads by 7, 55-48. Ryan Robinson is the baddest man in Odell Arena today. Mount Vernon Nazarene needs a timeout. Ryan Robinson with 20 points, and he's got 12 in the blink of an eye. And we'll take a break so I can catch my breath. This is Taylor Men's Basketball on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Ryan Robinson unconscious. 12 second half points, all from behind the arc. He's 4 of 4, and he's on a personal 6-0 run right now. He's scored 12 points in just over 5 minutes. And Taylor leads by 7, 55-48. And are trailing by as many as 13 in the first half. Knox out of the Mount Vernon Nazarene 30-second timeout. Jeremiah Roberts has returned for MVNU. Vipperman's got some heavy tape on that left wrist as he calls for it on the block. Johnson gives it Vipperman's way, left side high. Attacking the shorter Robinson. Help comes from Hendricks. Vipperman whips it over to Paul with 5 to shoot. Paul drives, scooping it high off the glass and in. First second half scoring for Paul. He's got 7. Taylor quickly up the floor in 2 seconds. The Trojan lead is down to 5. Just over 5 minutes gone here in half 2 as Miranda, Boatin, and Fleming join the fun of the second half. Robinson deep again. He cannot miss. He's 5 of 5 from behind the arc, and Robinson took that one from the parking lot. And Taylor back in front by 8, 58-50, as Robinson nuclear hot with 15 second half points, and then Roberts comes angling in, and they get Boatin for the foul as he went up for the block and tried to come down on top of him. Good night, Ryan Robinson. Foul on Boatin. Emmanuel's first. 4th against Taylor in the half. Hendricks is out. McLeod will spell him. Roberts to the line, a good free throw shooter, but he's 1 of 2 today. And gets that one here. Good stroke there from Roberts, the 6'5 junior from Toledo, Ohio. 5-point lead for Taylor at 58-53. Robinson has scored the last 9 in a row for Taylor, all from 3-point distance. He's got 15 second half points, all from behind the arc. Now Roberts wants to guard Robinson. Trying to cross him over, left wing, baseline left. Robinson, there's his first miss, but it'll be nullified because Robinson is going to the line for 2. Ryan Robinson is a bad, bad man today. He's got guys just standing down here. Every time he touches the ball, it becomes like a Rucker Park in the month of July. People just stand and want to see what he's going to do next. Ryan perfect on the day from the line. That will continue. He's got a game-high 24. He has scored 16 points in almost 6.5 minutes. That's just dumb. He leaves that one short. McLeod trying to get in and poke it free. And so it will remain a 6-point Taylor lead at 53-59. 7.5 in here to the second half. It's been all Ryan Robinson here in the second half for TU. He has spearheaded the second half comeback. Knox near side of the floor. Vipperman went through his hands. Then it'll be Vincent Miranda flying to the other end, laying it home with the right hand with that beautiful hair, bouncing with every step. 8-point lead for the Trojans, 7 minutes into the second half. Entenmann drives, Knox goes in, angling off the glass strong, tapped by Boatin, hits the floor. Robinson spikes into the air. Miranda soars in, and now he'll weave and give it to Robinson for his 6th second half three, and Ryan Robinson just blew the roof off of Odell Arena. It's an 11-point lead, and Ryan Robinson is the baddest man in the joint. Goodness gracious sakes alive. Marion Robinson, how do you do it? Knox denied a three from Fleming. Off-ball foul. 7.5 to go. Now boos are being called as McLeod's called for the foul. In case you're wondering, Ryan Robinson has a new career high, 27 points. He's got 21 in the second half. He'll finally come out to a standing ovation. Oh, Ryan Robinson, how do you do it? It's like a video game for 13 and white. His classmate Degenkolb's going to come in, almost stole it from Jones, and it's an offensive foul on Jones, who shoved Degenkolb away with the right hand. Third on Jones, and Taylor with the ball back, leading by 11. Degenkolb left side high, defended by Knox. Guarding him again, right elbow fakes the pull-up out to Fleming, near sideline Miranda. Taylor with the lead, 11 points, and they get Hagelin for the off-ball foul as he was battling with Austin Jones down low. First on Jake, 6th against Taylor here in the half. 11-point Taylor lead. Ryan Robinson has scored 21 second-half points in less than 7 minutes. He has yet to miss a shot from the floor. He's a perfect 6 of 6 from the floor. And he's a perfect 6 of 6 from behind the arc as well, with a couple free throws thrown in. Spinning, Vipperman against McLeod, blocked out of there by James. Then he comes in and gets a jump ball, and James McLeod is an angry young man. He almost took Vipperman's head off as he wanted the ball. Ooh, James McLeod, you are mean, but I like it. McLeod almost took Vipperman's head with the ball as Vipperman was sliding down to the parquet floor. 11:58 to go second half. Taylor with an 11-point lead, 13 to shoot. MVNU will get it in baseline right. They find Jones, quickly off the Knox, down low. Vipperman with 10. Wants to back down McLeod, spins, goes up, and he's fouled from behind by McLeod. And Vipperman will have to get 2 points the hard way. That's a second on McLeod, 7th against Taylor here in the half. So, worth noting, MVNU, an excellent free throw shooting team. They're 8 of 11 today. They come in 3rd best in the Crossroads League and 8th best in the country in team free throw shooting percentage. But Vipperman chokes and leaves that one short. He's missed his last 2 in a row. Vipperman, the best free throw shooter on Mount Vernon Nazarene, has missed his last 2 free throw tries. If he misses this one, he's going to hear it from all the Taylor students down below us. He swishes it, though. A good stroke there from Vipperman. After having 14 in the first half, he has just 2 here in the second. That trims the Taylor lead down to 10, 64-54. 11:45 to go second half. If you're just joining us, you missed the Ryan Robinson show in the first 8 minutes when he poured in 21 first half, 21 points. Degenkolb up top, down the right side of the lane. Step back, 8-foot fade away right in the defender's face. Good bucket from Degenkolb. 17 for the sophomore, and Taylor back in front by 12. 11:23 to go, second half. Knox, their leading scorer, drives. No-look dish in the paint, goes up. He's met at the rim by the big fella. Jake Hegeland said, "No, sir, no easy buckets." And his dad loves it across from us. Hegeland met Jones at the rim and turned him away. Oh, Jake Hegeland, the big man, swatting that one. A career high in blocks this season for Jake. And the defense playing beautifully here for the big fella Hegeland. A jump ball alternating possession will give it back to TU. They lead by 12, and the dangerous Ryan Robinson has returned. 21 second half points for 13 in white. Degenkolb, right side of the floor. A right hand bounce, top of the key with Knox, puts that head down, flips it outside. Hegeland, 18-foot left wing jumper, was halfway in and out, and rebounded by Vipperman of Mount Vernon Nazarene. Paul of the far side of the floor looks right into the eyes of Robinson. Then this pass is sent to the students. A turnover on Vipperman as the intended target got caught up on the near side of the floor. Entenmann out, Jones out. Returning for MVNU. First time in the second half is Delahunty. Schmidt's back in as well. Hendricks and Crow in for T, replacing Miranda and McLeod. Almost halfway home in the second half. Robinson, top of the key. He cannot miss. He's 7 of 7. The first 30-point game of Ryan Robinson's career. And he is the baddest dude to the joint. Oh, my goodness, Ryan Robinson. 15-point lead for Taylor. Vipperman spins, lost the handle, got it back, can't convert around the rim, tapped away, and Robinson's going to scoop it up. Everybody out of their seats. Ryan going, barrels in, and Ryan's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Ryan Robinson has 22 second half points. It's a bad man. 8 threes, that's a career high, doubled that. Old career high was 4 made threes, check. Never scored more than 24 points in the game, done. First 30-point game for 13 in white. First free throw, the 1-and-1, perfect. Fouls on Paul, his first, each team in the 1-and-1. Ryan Robinson has got 23 second half points, and we haven't even played 10 minutes in the second half. Give him 24 points. At this point, it's just getting funny. 71-54, Taylor leads. Remember when the Trojans were down by 13 in the first half? Seems like an eon ago, and now Mount Vernon Nazarene almost turns it over. Vipperman scoops it back, then back to Knox on the far sideline. Pass too tall, Paul hauls it in. Vipperman, quick passing by MVNU. Schmidt spins on Degenkolb, up and over the defender for 2 off the glass. 7 for Joe Schmitz, and Taylor's lead is 71-56. Just past the halfway point of the second half, Robinson has been electrifying, and that's putting it lightly. He's got it on the near sidelines, got a game-high 31, 23 here in the second half. Pass intended for Hegeland, tapped by the backhand of Delahunty. A 3-on-3 break, Paul to the trailing Schmitz, wants his first 3 of the day. Air ball barely got there, rebounded by Crow. Schmitz is now 0 for 5 from behind the arc, and now he'll hear it from the Taylor students. Degenkolb, far side hash mark, 9:25. Fakes the 3, gives it off to the corner, and Crow. Nice cut down low, Degenkolb. Head fake, reverse layup. Give me 2 more from Mason Degenkolb. He's got 19 on an excellent feed there from Evan Crow. 9:13 left in regulation, and Taylor leads by 17 after trailing by 13 in the first half. They're trying to run Mount Vernon Nazarene right back to Ohio. Paul to the near sideline, and Schmitz will float it to Knox, who's been quiet here today, just 2 second half points. Pivoting, up and under move on Crow, got it to go. Knox with 12, 4 here in the second half. And a timeout, full timeout taken by Mount Vernon Nazarene. 8:53 remaining here in this second half. And if you're just joining us, you've missed Ryan Robinson electrifying the entire place. Ryan has got a game-high 32 points, 24 here in the second half, and he's yet to miss a shot from the floor. This is Taylor Men's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The Taylor University Athletic Department would like to thank BZW Master Painters, Central Indiana Orthopedics, Pizza Hut of Gas City, the Players Club at Woodland Trails, and Leonard Fisher of Robert C. Nugent and Associates for being men's basketball season sponsors for the 2017-2018 basketball season.
If you're just joining us, where have you been? You've missed the Ryan Robinson show. Taylor's up 73-58. Ryan has got 32 points in the game. He hasn't missed a shot in the second half. He's 7 of 7 from behind the arc. And he's made his last 8 three-point tries. He's going to make it his last 9 three-point tries. Now he'll carry up the far side of the floor. Driving, no-look whip, Crow, left wing, open three. That one's short off the near side, but Miranda soars over everybody and hauls in the rebound. It's going to be a foul against Mount Vernon Nazarene. Foul on Joe Schmitz of Mount Vernon Nazarene, his third, the 8th against MVNU, and Miranda to the line for 2. Vincent's first trip to the line today, and he makes the first one. 6 for Vincent Miranda. 8:41 to go second half. Taylor went into the locker room down by 6. They trailed by as many as 13 in the first half. And then Ryan Robinson just took over. Taylor back in front by a game-high tying 17 points. After shooting over 50% in the first half, Mount Vernon Nazarene has shot woefully bad here in the second. And Taylor shooting at 59% right now. They were in the 40s at halftime. Coming back in, Jay Joseph, first time second half. Trying to spin away Hendricks, baseline right. Up top, Schmitz down the lane. Has had a good second half going through the contact, and it's rebounded by Joe Ingersoll. Now over to Robinson. What does Ryan want to do? He'll just weave through everybody, and it's going to be a foul for Ryan Robinson, and he almost spun that bad boy in from his hip. Second on Jay Joseph, 9th against Mount Vernon Nazarene. So let's add some more points to Ryan Robinson's total. This would give him a career high in the second half alone if you took away his whole first half points, but he rattles that one in and out. Ryan's only missed 3 shots all day. He's only missed 2 threes. He was 2 of 5 from the floor in the first half and 1 of 3 from 3, and then he has just been unbelievable here in the second. He's got 33 points. His old career high was 24. He scored 25 points here in the second half. Taylor with a game-high 18-point lead, 76-58, with 8 minutes remaining here in the second half. Schmitz high right side, up top, catches 2-3, Delahunty. Nope, back rim. Evan Crow rips down his 6th rebound of the day. Robinson to the far sideline, a right-hand dribble. Hendricks there for the left side screen. Schmitz will slide on Robinson, now gives it off to Hendricks. Right-hand bounce, picks it up, and will whip one up top near the volleyball line to Robinson. Crossing over men, Robinson, no-look dish to the corner, Hendricks. And the referee on the far side of the floor will whistle Robinson for his 3rd personal foul. Ryan got into the air, no-look dish. There was a man waiting for him down near the restricted area, and Ryan barreled into him. 3rd on Ryan, 8th against Taylor here in the half. Delahunty out after missing the catch-and-shoot 3. Alex Johnson, who had 10 first-half points, has yet to take a shot here in the second half after making his first 4 there in the first. Vipperman on the bench. He had first half 14. He's missed 2 shots here in the second. The only 2 shots he's taken. Schmitz with 5 second-half points. Goes up. Crow might have blocked that one. And then Ingersoll hauls in the miss. So Evan Crow with the swat. And here comes Robinson up the floor. Left-hand bounce. Lost it. And here comes Paul the other way. Miranda trying to haul him down. Paul goes up and throws it in, and they get Miranda for the foul. Paul with 9, 4 here in the second half. Robinson might have been hearing the oohs and ahs from those around us. Lost a little bit of track of the ball. Second on Vinny. Robinson out along with Miranda. Degan Colbin Fleming return for TU. The only other foul Vincent had was the intentional foul in the first half. Paul to the line for the completely and one. It'd give him 10 points to be the 3rd double-figure score there, but nope, left it short. Mount Vernon Nazarene came in as the 8th best free throw shooting team in the country at 78%. They're at 68% right now after that miss. Degan Kolb up top, over to Crow, guarded by the shorter Joseph, rising for a 3, off the back of the rim, too strong, and he caught it in stride was Jevin Knox. Trying to take Fleming to the cup, outside Johnson, right wing 3, and he hits that one over Crow. Jay Joseph with a 3-point try, 41% on the year, his first bucket of the day. Taylor's lead is down to 13 at 76-53 with 6:34 remaining in regulation time. Fleming a right-hand bounce, spins, Ingersoll fakes a step back three into the corner, and Crow fakes a three and drives. Weaving through defenders, lost the ball, got it back, tied up with 3 men around him. Waits goes up, and he's fouled as he went up strong right at the cup. That's the 10th one against Mount Vernon Nazarene, puts Taylor in the double bonus. Third on Jay Joseph, and Crow to the line for 2. Evans had a rough day shooting the ball, just 1 of 5 from the floor. All of his tries have been from behind the arc, but he has 2 of 3 from the line today. Let's make it 3 of 4. He's got 6. Ingersoll out to a nice ovation, replaced by Jake Hageland. Second one from Crow. Yep, got them both. 7 for Evan Crow. And Taylor leads by 15, 78-63. They've led by as many as 17. They trailed by 13 in the first half. They turned this thing on its ear. After shooting less than 50% in the first half, Taylor now shooting 58% for the game. They're up 15 with 6:22 to go here in the second half. This is Taylor men's basketball on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Taylor shot just 44% from the floor in the first half. They are shooting 12 of 15. They've only missed 3 shots in the second half. They're 8 of 10 from behind the arc. Mount Vernon Nazarene, meanwhile, after shooting 53% in the opening 20 minutes, they're just 7 of 22 from the floor and just 1 of 7 from 3. 15-point Taylor lead as they've turned this thing on its ear. After looking just lost for points in that first half, they have come out like men possessed out of the halftime break. Knox, right side high, trying to go against the zone. Vipperman trying to get his first field goal of the first half, and it finally comes with 6 minutes remaining in regulation. He hit his first 6 shots of the first half for a game-high 14, and he's sitting on 18 right now. Foul, Knox of Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor in the double bonus. 2 free throws coming for those in white. Two free throws for Mason Degenkolb. Good day for him. He's only 7 of 7 from inside the arc with 19 points. Check that, 20, as he makes the first free throw. But he's been overshadowed by his roommate, Ryan Robinson. They're the only 2 scorers in double figures, and Ryan has 33 of them. Mason with 21. The 2 of them have combined to score 54 of Taylor's 80 points, as they're up 80-65, looking like that scoring team that we saw back in the non-conference season in November and December. Johnson is yet to attempt a shot here in the second half after being hot in the first half. Paul drives, goes up, and there's Hendricks with a big swat from behind. Degenkolb up the far sideline. Right-hand bounce, looking for Hageland. Picks it up, excuse me. Right wing Hageland inside the arc. 5:12 to go second half. Taylor up by 15. Hageland goes in, knocked out of his hands. Wow. That foul was so late, Taylor was ready to reset into the half-court offense. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad one for Mount Vernon Nazarene to take. That one is just, that's bad. Oh. So Jake will go to the line for 2. They call the foul on the shot. Tim Fleming already had the ball in his hand and was ready to call the half-court set. They get it on Alex Johnson. 2 for Jake as Taylor in the double bonus. And Hageland knocks down the first one. And he makes the second. 7 for Jake. And Taylor up 82-65 with 5:10 to go here in the second half. Ball crossing over to his right hand, baseline right, kick out to Knox. Fleming knocked the ball free. Knox got it back, goes in, maneuvers, misses the shot strong. Johnson soars over Fleming to get the rebound for MVNU. Up top, Johns wants a second 3 and rainbows it home for Jay Joseph, Joseph, after missing his only shot in the first half, has canned both 3-point tries here in half number 2. Makes it an 82-68 Taylor lead with 4:44 remaining in regulation. Degenkolb, right-hand dribble. Far sideline to Fleming. Left-hand bounce. Angling in, kicks out to Crow, wants his second three of the day. It's short, and then bounces over the rim as he took it from the near side of the floor. 4:25 and counting here in the second half. Mount Vernon Nazarene with the ball. They're down 82-68. Shot was missed on the first one of the second half by Johnson. Out to Vipperman, long three. Nope, off the back rim, and Degenkolb hauls it in for TU. Vipperman made his first 6 shots from the floor in the first half. He's been held relatively quiet here. It has barely taken any shots. He's taken just 3. Hegelin goes right around, goes in. Shot was blocked by Jacob Paul. Joseph near side of the floor. Hendricks defends him. Johnson baseline, airmails it high, and Paul will haul it down. Knox a jab step to get some space on Crow. Pretty little spin and a scoop that caught the rim and then rattled out. Degenkolb there for the rebound, his 4th of the afternoon to go with his 21 points. 3:40 left in regulation time. Degenkolb far sideline. Hendricks back to Degenkolb. No look dish to Fleming. A left hand bounce, then flip to Crow. Right side screen, Hegelin gets it right back to him, and Jake will lay it in with a left hand over Vipperman. 9 for Hegelin. Good feed there from Crow, his 3rd dime of the day, to go with 7 points and 6 rebounds. And Mount Vernon Nazarene needs a timeout, a full timeout, with Taylor leading 84-68 with 3:19 remaining here in the second half, as they have just absolutely blitzed Mount Vernon Nazarene here today, as they have outscored MVNU 48 to 26. We're right back after this.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Taylor has outscored Mount Vernon Nazarene 48-26 here in the second half. They trailed 42-36 in the second half. Ryan Robinson with a new career high, 33 points. He scored 25 here in the second half. That would be good enough for a career high as well. He poured in 8 in the first half. He hasn't missed a shot here in the second. He also has a career high with 8 3-point makes. And there's a good opportunity those 8 3-point makes are the most ever hit by a Taylor men's basketball player. That might break a mark held by his assistant coach, Casey Coons. Ryan's been just absolutely otherworldly today. Out of the full timeout, Joseph wants his 3rd 3. That one short off the left side of the rim and will bounce out of bounds. So after hitting his 2 shots here in the second half, Joseph leaves that one short. MVNU's been done in by free throws as well. Taylor has outscored them by 12 behind the arc. They've outscored them by 15, or excuse me, by 14 here at the line today. Make it 15, excuse me, 15, I apologize. 15 points. 25-9, I haven't taken a math class in a long time. Degenkolb dribbling time away, bumped by Entenmann. And Mason will go to the line for 2 with Taylor in the double bonus. When everything just looked just wrong for Taylor in the first bit of that first half. They got down by 13. They get a nice closer to the first half, and then it was Ryan Robinson's world. And, well, to quote Stuart Scott, it was Ryan Robinson's world, and we were just paying rent. Degenkolb makes the first free throw. He's got 22. Taylor's made 11 3-point shots today, 8 from Ryan Robinson. Degenkolb knocks down both. He's got 10 second-half points. And Taylor up 86-68 with 2:47 remaining in the second half. Knox a little pirouette in the lane and puts it in with the right hand. Nice move there from Jevin Knox, their leading scorer, who's got 14 points. 86-70, 2:35 remaining here in half number 2. Robinson, Degenkolb, Hendricks, Ingersoll, Miranda. And Schmitz will foul Degenkolb as MVNU tries to stretch this game out. Taylor came in not a shabby free throw shooting team in their own right. 6th best in the Crossroads League, 21st best in the country at 74%, but they have Made 87% of their free throws today. They're 27 of 31. Now make it 28 of 32 as Degenkolb connects on the first. He's a perfect 10 for 10 from the line today. He's got 24 points. Let's give him 25. For a couple bad down games there for Degenkolb, he's bounced back in a beautiful way. Rainbow three, Schmitz hit the glass, rebounded there by Joe Ingersoll, his fourth of the afternoon. 2:20 to go second half, 88-70. Robinson has yet to score in a long time. But you knew exactly who had the ball without me saying it when he had the ball in his hands. You could hear everybody knew who had the rock. Ryan with a game-high 33, a career high for him. Just dribbling time away as we get close to 2 minutes left in regulation. Now Robinson will create. Step back, wants another three, this time the right wing, and he can't miss. Night three for Ryan Robinson. When you're hot, you're hot. 36, and now Degenkolb's going to steal it. Trying to beat Knox to the other end. He'll back it out. He had Miranda open down low, but that's a smart basketball play from Mason Degenkolb. Taylor up by 21, their biggest lead of the day. Robinson with a game-high 36. Ryan scored 28 points in the second half. 90 seconds left. Taylor's going to run this one out and get just a monumental win. They came into the day 8th in the Crossroads League. Here's Degenkolb with a step through and a banker. 27 for Mason Degenkolb, and Taylor up by 23. They came into the day 2 games back of the three-way tie for third in 8th place as Knox will rattle out a three, and this one's going to go a long way in helping Taylor try to get back to the national tournament as Robinson will weave through with 1:04 to go in the second half. 93-70 the Taylor lead. As we dip below a minute to go in the second half, it's been all Ryan and Robinson in this one. 28 second half points, a game high 36. He didn't miss a shot in the second half, going 8 for 8. Degenkolb drives, bumps into Knox, and they're going to get Mason for the offensive foul. He initiated contact, putting that shoulder in there. Mason didn't agree with it. That's his third of the day, the 10th against Taylor. 41 3/10 of a second left here. Ryan's made 8 straight threes, all here in the second half. And all 8 of his shots have been from field goals, have been from three-point range today. And he's tacked on 4 free throws as well. Not bad. Not bad. Joseph on the left side of the lane goes up, missed it. Ingersoll the rebound. There's about 3 seconds between game and shot clock, so Taylor will have to either take the shot clock violation or fire up a shot. I know they beat IU East on this floor in overtime. And IU East is the second-ranked team in the country. But you have to convince me pretty hard that this isn't the best win of the year for the Taylor men's basketball team. Ingersoll between the circles with 5, with 6 down. Left-hand scoop, can't spin it. 5 to go. Entman with the rebound for MVNU. Desperation 3 from the wing. Good right before the buzzer as Entman gets his first basket of the day. But it doesn't matter. Taylor blows out Mount Vernon Nazarene in the second half by 20. 93-73 for their best win of the year. And they've got 4 more games left in the regular season as they try to set themselves up for a home game here in the Crossroads League tournament. We're going to have a fun post-game show, so I invite you to stick around. This is Taylor Men's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Welcome back to the Ivanhoe's post-game show. Rick Johnston here with you. Big second half for Taylor. They outscore MVNU 57-31 in the second half. Taylor shot 71% from the floor after halftime, including 75% from 3, to blow Mount Vernon Nazarene out today as the Trojans trailed by 13 there in the first half. They outscore them by 26 after halftime to win today, going away by 20. Final today, 93-73. We only had 1 lead change all day. We had 2 ties. And the 1 lead change was for Taylor in the second half, and that was it. Taylor was led in scoring today by Ryan Robinson, a new career high, 36 points. He had 28 in the second half. He was 8 of 8 from the floor, 8 of 8 from 3. And he went just 4 of 6 from the line after halftime. Ryan almost matched Mount Vernon Nazarene's output by himself. He had 28 in the second half. Mount Vernon Nazarene as a team had 31. His old career high, if you're wondering, was 24, which he set earlier this year. The 9 made 3-point baskets more than doubles his previous career high of 3-point makes, which was 4. Taylor had one other player in double figures. That was Mason Degenkolb with 27 points. He had 14 in the second half. Mason was 8 of 11 from the floor. All 3 of his misses came from behind the arc, and he was a perfect 11 of 11 from the line today. 4 rebounds for Mason today as well, and 2 steals. Jake Hageland had 9 points, and he had 5 in the second half. He was 3 of 6 from the floor, 5 rebounds, and 1 monstrous dunk today for Jake. Keaton Hendricks had 3. Evan Crow had 7, 6 coming after halftime. Tim Fleming had 4. Vincent Miranda with 7. James McLeod, Emmanuel Boitin, and Joe Ingersoll all played in today's contest but did not score. Mount Vernon Nazarene had 3 players in double figures, led by Brett Vipperman's 18 points. But he did most of his damage in the first half, having 14 points on a perfect 6 of 6 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line. Taylor limited him to just 1 of 4 in the second half, much like they did to Wes Stowers a week ago, holding the Crossroads League leading scorer in Stowers to 0 of 11 in the second half. Jevin Knox, their leading scorer, had 14 points. Alex Johnson finished with 10. All of Johnson's points came in the first half. We'll take a break, and we'll hear from the head coach, Josh Andrews, who I'm sure had a nice front row seat for Ryan Robinson's second half performance. We'll be back to talk about it after this. This is Taylor Men's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music that you listen to.
Hey, we're back. Rick Johnston, head coach Josh Andrews. All right, you shot 71% from the floor in the second half. He outscored him 57-31. And Ryan Robinson went nuts. He had 28 second-half points. He was 8 of 8 from the floor. As you mentioned to me, his 9 threes ties the program mark set by Jesse Coffey a couple years ago. What did you say at halftime?
Yeah, that's not coaching, Rick. That's just those guys being aggressive and playing together and having a lot of courage. Just fun to see them compete that way. You know, that's the potential of, my goodness, Ryan shooting the ball with confidence, making great plays, and Mason Degenkolb, those 2 guys collectively as sophomores, they were so efficient. You know, that's we don't expect that level of efficiency. It was just so impressive. And I will say this, most of that was spurred by getting stops on the other end. We were really tough defensively, created that momentum.
Mason Degenkolb, no slouch as well. He had 27-14 in the second half. 8 of 11. He was a perfect 8 of 8 from inside the arc. And the 2 of them, they go pop to start the second half. Get 5 quick ones, less than 50 seconds in. What did that quick start do for your guys confidence-wise after, slugging around there in the first half and getting down by 13?
I didn't think we had a great edge in the first half. I thought Mount Vernon had that just in terms of play and demeanor. And they're a good team. They're a good team. They're so balanced. I thought we were a little delicate, kind of playing on eggshells a bit, and we've done that some, and I take the hit for that. I want our guys to play with the second half courage. We don't expect that level of shooting performance, but we're a really dangerous team. We've got some really confident players. Those guys are playmakers, and both Ryan and Mason freed up some guys for if it wasn't a score, it was a great look, that maybe didn't go. We could have done more damage. But hey, those guys had a great edge about them in the second half.
You mentioned the defensive play in that second half, and I think it's ironic how last week you guys hold West Stowers to 0 of 11 in the second half in your comeback win a week ago today against Marion. Today, you limit Vipperman to just 4 second-half points after it was 14 in the first half, a perfect 6 of 6. What was the biggest reason for that?
I thought we got a little tougher with him. I felt down the stretch, their guys were forced to press a bit because of the lead that was, mounting. And, we had a little push before halftime, which was necessary, as you just mentioned. And the same way last week at home against Marion. We needed that momentum. And then we came out here in the second half and just got going. We could tell we were locked in, and I'm using that phrase, we were edgy that way. So second half, I thought because of the way our team played, it forced them to press a little bit, take some shots out of character. And it's good to see. It's good to see us defend the three-point line really well again.
4 games left in the regular season. You came into today 8th in the league standings, but we're just 2 games back of the 3 teams tied for 3rd, which Mount Vernon was one of until today. This win going forward, and we've talked a lot of the ups and downs and everything that's gone into this season and what hasn't worked, what has worked, all that stuff. As you guys prepare for this final 2-week push and still have a legitimate chance to host a first-round tournament game, what does this game today do for your guys?
Yeah, I heard a few guys in the locker room, and then sometimes you could be a little emotional after playing well, but some of the phrases were, we're back. And I don't know that you're going to shoot it like that or that you necessarily should expect that, but I thought we played with a lot of joy. And play with a lot of confidence in the second half. We have to bottle that. If we'll play that way with the way that our guys are defending right now, I think it puts us in a real great chance to win games in the final 2 weeks. That's all we can ask, and that's all I ask of them as a coach. And it makes you proud to see your guys enjoy the game that they work at so hard, and that's what happened today. So that was special, and we're dangerous, and I don't know who would want to play us. And we got to win the day. We got to win the weekend with rest, and we got to come in here charged up. We got a big one on Tuesday.
Last thing, and I'll let you go. This is your guys' first home game, with the students back from J-term. And at different points, we might have to check the connection to the roof here. I think Ryan might owe us some money to repair the roof. But what was the atmosphere like today? I mean, this place was just jumping in the second half.
Good to see those baseball guys back in the stands. Those guys have kind of been our charge, our current here throughout a lot of the season. Football guys and some other fans here. We love when the community's here. Our guys play off of it. They like that, and we think we play a brand of ball that's attractive for fans. But it's a special day. We're very proud of our guys. Mount Vernon's a really good team, and they're well coached, and their guys play the game the right way. So it's a nice win for us, and we'll celebrate it, and we got a lot of work to do for 2 weeks.
Tough one on Tuesday, Indiana Wesleyan, but Mason and Ryan played really well there a year ago, and they played really well today. Josh, congrats, and good luck on Tuesday. We'll talk to you before Saturday.
Appreciate it.
That's Josh Andrews, the head coach of the Trojans. We're back to wrap it up right after this.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student-athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
what's really going to open here. You got to have the music that you listen to.
Back here inside a happy Odell Arena, Rick Johnston with you as Taylor comes back and defeats Mount Vernon Nazarene today 93-73. They were down 6 at the break, and they outscored MVNU by 26 in the second half. Our player of the game, no surprise, Ryan Robinson, a career-high 36 points, 28 in the second half, 8 of 8 from the floor and from behind the three-point arc. He finished with 9 three-point makes on the day, which ties Jesse Coffey's program best from a few years ago. Ryan's 28 points in the second half almost matched the output of Mount Vernon Nazarene as a team. Taylor was on the road on Tuesday when they faced cross-county rival Indiana Wesleyans. They try to avenge their early season loss. They're back here next Saturday when they take on Goshen. Just 4 more regular season games remain for the Taylor men's basketball team as they try to climb back up and get into the top 4 of the league standings to be able to host a first-round tournament game. They came in today in 8th place, but they were just 2 games back of those 3 teams tied for 3rd, which Mount Vernon Nazarene was one of them. Spring Arbor and Bethel are the other 2. Special thanks to our crew today for their hard work on both doubleheaders, and we thank you folks for tuning in today as well. Once again, our final score from here inside Odell Arena. Career day for Ryan Robinson, 28 second-half points on his way to a career-high 36 on the back of a program-tying 9 three-point makes as the Trojans defeat Mount Vernon Nazarene this afternoon 93-73. This has been a presentation of Taylor Men's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Good night from Upland, Indiana.